morning. It's my privilege now to bring in, Billboard said they are the rising star. They're the rising artist this year. Matt and Savanna Shaw, they performed at our Genshaw retreat. Savanna, Matt, at your home in Kaysville, how are you this morning?
We're doing good.
Yeah, doing great. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you. And this is a special day. What happened? I don't know who wants to tell the story, Matt or Savanna. 3 years ago, somebody went into the cave they feared to enter and found the treasure that they sought. And
yeah. 3 years ago today, we posted our first video on social media. Do you want me to just give a little bit of a backstory to that?
Awesome, Savanna, please.
Okay. So 3 years ago today, I wanted to post a video for some friends. A little bit of a backstory to that. I was like the shyest person ever in high school. I was the kid that never raised their hand. I always sat in the back of the classroom, and I always loved to sing, but just never shared that until I joined a children's choir. And I was able to be in that children's choir for about a year until COVID hit. And I was devastated, obviously, because that children's choir was the first time in my life where I had an opportunity to, learn to share my voice. So I decided that I was going to start my very first social media account to post some music. And I was way too afraid to do it on my own. So I called my dad in. He was outside doing some yard work. And I said, hey, I'm going to film a video for some of my friends. Will you be in it with me? He said, yeah, obviously. So that's when we filmed the prayer and we posted it on social media and it went viral.
And I'll add a little bit to that story too, because the part of the story that really we never really tell was the year previous, or not even. I mean, Savanna auditioned for a choir in high school and didn't make it. She didn't. She didn't make the choir.
No.
I still can't believe that. I cannot believe that, Savanna.
And I think it's it probably gives a little bit of an understanding of that fear of failure because she didn't make that choir. Maybe that's, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but maybe that's why you were nervous to post that video by yourself is because, failure is a part of any successful journey. But sometimes we let that fear of failure and the history maybe of some failures get in the way. And, but like you mentioned, when you introduced us, it was a year later, after not making the high school choir that Billboard released an article about us being the #1 emerging artists. So it's kind of a fun little side note to email her high school choir teacher.
It is incredible. And maybe, I don't know, Connor, if we can find that picture later, that picture of the DVDs that were stacked up in there.
Yeah.
We might want to pull it. If we can find it, we'll try to find it. So, within a year, you go from, we talked yesterday, Savanna, and I said, well, were you just quiet? Were you not putting it all out there when you tried out for the choir? Because if anybody's ever heard you sing, and by the way, yeah, here it is. Let's look at this. So you go from, before we show this picture, you go from not making the choir to 8 months later posting your first video. And she says it went viral, nearly 10 million people. And my wife, Sherry, was one of the first. And then look, this is where you decided to get how many CDs were you going to send out?
Yeah, I love this picture because when we decided to put out our debut album, to get the price point we needed, I had to purchase 10,000 of those CDs. And I thought, maybe it would take us a year or two to cycle through those and sell them. And so we put them on sale for like a 2-week pre-sale period. And we were committing ourselves. We thought it'd be cute if we hand addressed each of those
10,000 CDs.
each of those packages because we thought we'd maybe
Like it's
mail
a
out a couple
homegrown
hundred.
brand. Well,
Yeah, I
we'll
mean,
make it
how
really
cute
personal.
to hand address and ship them ourselves. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into because by the time we actually released the album, the pre-release was finished, we sold every single one of those 10,000 CDs, and we were committed to ship them ourselves. So this is in our living room, this picture, and these are the CDs that we were shipping out on release day. And my wife was super thrilled about this, having a mini post office in our living room. But